pounds right now?
Not yet. I don't think so. Not right now. I just, like you said, we have so many people right now, and he's now, I'm not knocking him as a future fight I see with him, for sure. You know, I give my opponents or future opponents props because it just makes me look better, you know? Yeah. For sure.
Why doesn't everybody think like that?
I mean, I'm not gonna say like, oh, he's a bum, but why are you fighting a bum then?
Yeah,
you know
of
what
course.
I mean?
That's so simple and people don't get it.
Yeah, you know, so I will never knock my opponents. Like,
but genuinely, you do feel he's a very skilled fighter.
Oh, yes. Yeah, maybe top 15 for sure.
Right.
Maybe not top 10.
That's what I
say
said.
that.
Yeah.
So let's get into that.
Vergil Ortiz offers a blunt assessment of Jaron Ennis's pound-for-pound status, making it clear that he doesn't think Ennis has earned that level of recognition just yet. Ortiz breaks down exactly what he believes is missing from Ennis's resume.
And I met up with Turkey. I went to his like his compound, his farm or whatever it was, and they said that more than likely I was going to fight Boots soon. I was like, oh shit, okay, we're finally doing this. You know, Oscar was there and everyone was there, and I was just like, okay, cool.
At
this
154, obviously.
Yeah, because I can't go down.
So when Turkey and those guys said that you were going to fight Boots, was there a number thrown out?
There was no number.
No number.
There was no number at all. The only thing that I knew was that, okay, this is a real possibility now. Like, you know, he was 147, I had just moved up.
However, the most likely matchup right now is Boots Ennis versus Vergil Ortiz, given that both fighters currently sit at the top of the division. With undefeated records, elite skill sets, and fans clamoring for it, the fight practically sells itself.
There's Boots right at the top. Look, he beat Xander Zayas. That's as good a win as Ortiz or Fundora have, and the way he did it was very impressive. Then Vergil, then Fundora. Madrimov, listen, gave Crawford his closest professional fight. Zayas only drops to 5 with Josh Kelly 6. Murzalia 7. Brandon Adams with some nice wins in his career 8. I mean, I think these rankings, I like them.
Yeah, I like them. You see Boots, man, like I said, 2-division world champion, undefeated. You got Vergil Ortiz, of course, undefeated. He has a great, win against, Madrimov. Of course, Fundora.
When asked about a potential Boots-Ortiz showdown, Robert Garcia expressed interest in the matchup and backed his fighter to come out on top.
Also, but we also have to be real and know that if it's Vergil, maybe Boots has a different game plan. Maybe Boots trains harder. Maybe Boots takes the fight a little more serious. So we don't know. Yes, if that would have been Vergil would have knocked him out, would have stopped him. But Zayas and Vergil are totally different fighters, so maybe the game plan will be different against Vergil. So I can't go based on what his performance. I just know that Boots is a great fighter, but I know that I have Vergil that knows what to do and knows how to do it, and he will take care of business.
With Josh Kelly's injury delaying any fight plans, Robert Garcia strongly suggests that Ennis versus Ortiz is the most logical super fight to make for November.
It's easy now. It's easy. Vergil already settled with Golden Boy. There's no other fight that needs to happen. That's the fight that needs to happen. I know Eddie and Boots had plans to unify, but I don't think Xander Zayas is going to be available. I mean, I don't think Fundora is going to be available either. He already has another fight coming up. So the biggest fight out there is Boots versus Vergil in November.
When the topic shifts to the business side of the failed Ennis negotiations, Vergil Ortiz makes it clear that he leaves the financial details to his manager. He emphasizes that he is hands-off with business negotiations, trusting his team to handle the numbers, though he did note that a $2 million offer would be too low for such a high-profile matchup.
For you?
Kinda, yeah.
I mean, is there a number in your head, though, that you would want, that you would say, this is fair to fight Boots?
I don't want to just say my numbers.
You can throw that out there a little bit. Some people know off the
Somebody know it. Damn,
the numbers are always wrong. They're always wrong.
Like, is it more than the numbers are or less?
It's all over the place. It's all over the place. Yeah, they never get the numbers right.
All right, so you don't have to give me your numbers of the old fights, but what would it take for you to fight Boots?
That's it. I was trying to compare.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to compare but to make it make sense for the audience.
On the other hand, Jaron Ennis described it as another day, another dollar, highlighting his calm approach to fight week and his unwavering confidence in his skills. If that calm ever crosses into complacency, a hungry opponent could catch him off guard. For Ennis, this isn't just about winning. It's about maintaining the mindset that has carried him to the top.
I'm feeling great. just another day for me. Regular, it's regular to me.
You really feel like that? You feel like as good as you did, and on the stage you were on, it's just another day.
Yeah, I watched it. It was okay. You know, it was a good, okay performance. You know, I'm way better than that, but it's just a regular day for me though. Every time I go to these these so-called big fights, and it just feel like another day, another dollar for me. It's just weird. I got like a weird everything I do is like weird. Like when like fight night, I don't be having no feeling. It just be like, it's so weird. Like people be coming in the back room, like they be like, it's like a vibe when I'm in our back room because we be chilling, we listen to music, we be talking. You know, some people be quiet in the back room, don't be saying nothing. I'm back there chilling, talking, having fun, just enjoying myself because I'm about to go handle business.
In the meantime, Boots Ennis has been mapping out his Boots path to the top of the junior middleweight division, and he's got a clear target in mind. Now, as Jaron Boots Ennis looks ahead to his next move, he confirms that Boots is currently aiming for a unification fight, with Sebastian Fundora being the primary target for a potential December bout, while Josh Kelly is also mentioned as a viable alternative. If the Fundora fight doesn't materialize, Kelly could be the backup plan.
Well, if you listen to Boots, what's next? Boots already sound on Fundora. I think Fundora is one of the best fighters in that division, and Boots sound Fundora. So Fundora said he's going to fight Boots. So it'll probably be in December. Probably be. I'm just throwing it off because Fundora going to fight now. I think he's going to fight next week. Josh Kelly. Okay. You know, Boots want to unify the titles. You know what I mean? What I mean by unify, be undisputed.
There was a time when Vergil Ortiz versus Jaron Ennis felt inevitable, a matchup that had fans and analysts calling it the next great welterweight showdown. But according to Boots Ennis, that window has closed at least for now. He's put Ortiz on the back burner, and he's not shy about why. He feels Ortiz's team wasted time during previous negotiations, dragging things out when they could have made the fight happen. The fight isn't dead forever, but it's not happening anytime soon. If Ortiz's team wants to revisit it, they'll have to come correct, because Boots's not going to chase them.
We don't even think about him now. He made us wait. When Boots got in the ring, said we going to fight, sign a contract. And then all of a sudden, him and De La Hoya fell out. And now they all back together again. So what do you think that was? You know what I mean? At that time, they must have want to fight him. But you want sound him. You want someone come on in the ring and all that stuff. So, you know what I mean? I ain't talking nothing bad about him, but that's the way it seemed to everybody now. You know what I mean? So he's on the back burner.
Promoter Eddie Hearn was quick to remind everyone that Boots' team previously bent over backwards to make this fight happen, accepting heavy B-side demands just to get Ortiz in the ring. He implies that Team Ortiz essentially ducked the matchup back then by throwing up ridiculous roadblocks, only for Boots to move on to bigger things.
Vergil Ortiz, outstanding fighter. That for me is one of the best fights in boxing. You've only got to listen to me 6 months ago talking about that fight, pushing that fight, trying everything. That's a wonderful fight, but Vergil doesn't have anything that Boots wants other than a big fight and a good payday. He's not chasing paydays, he's chasing legacy. But there's still a lot of people that want to watch that fight. So don't forget, we accepted that fight and signed for that fight. Boots had to take less money than Vergil Ortiz because they wouldn't take it unless he did. Boots had to be the B-side. They said it has to be Ortiz against Boots. I said, why? No one's got a world championship. No, we're not taking the fight unless it is. Okay. They even asked him to cut his beard and not wear colourful gloves. All of the things that he agreed to do to have the opportunity to prove he was the best.
Now that Boots has captured unified gold and reached superstar status, Hearn makes it clear that they won't be accepting those same weak terms anymore. If Ortiz wants the shot now, he's going to have to pay a massive premium because the leverage has completely shifted.
And luckily, we got the Xander Zayas fight, and now he's a unified world champion and one of the biggest stars in the sport. So again, it's not a case of tough luck, we're not fighting you. We will fight you. But as I said yesterday, today's price is not yesterday's price. Or is it yesterday's price is not today's price?
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
No, but I switched it up. I think it's important. I want to give you original stuff. You know, I don't want to just on the copy.
When are you going to bring him back? The crowd loved him.
Leo Tank.
Yes.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, he's 19 years old. I mean,
with the division's top matchups still up in the air, Sebastian Fundora made his supreme confidence clear by issuing a direct warning to both of his potential rivals. Regardless of who steps into the ring with him first, the towering champion is guaranteeing a dominant victory, where he is the last man standing.
Than each other.
Oh yeah, I'll beat them both. It's as simple as that. I'll beat them both. I think those are great fights.
you know, great fights. Again, being of the zone, all of us now. I think that's fights that have to happen now. You know, you're seeing him fight one time and me fight one time and then the other one fight the other time. It's like, no, we gotta put these guys together, man. They need to bump heads, you know, but it's gonna be exciting. Looking forward to that stuff.
Former world champion and analyst Sergio Mora disagrees with the current plans, firmly arguing that Boots versus Vergil is the ultimate fight that actually needs to happen next. However, he breaks down the harsh reality of why Ortiz's recent time out of the ring makes securing this specific matchup incredibly difficult right now.
Now 9 months separated us because of this legal dispute. 9 months is a long time, Annex. People forget quick. You got to remember, we're in the short-term business. Everything's red hot. Everything's social media. Everything's this. Now, you know, people need to be reminded, and we're not reminded because 9 months had to pass. A damn baby could have been born in 9 months. It's a lifetime, Mannix, especially in boxing. So Vergil needs to remind people again, and guess what that means? He's gonna have to fight one more fight before we get the Boots fight. This is what this hiatus, this legal hiatus caused. And this is why boxing can never really strike when the iron is hot, because sometimes when this happens, something happens where one fighter looks bad, a cut delays something, an injury delays it even longer, or God forbid he loses. It was there for the taking, and now we have to wait even longer.
Mora notes that while this is the definitive clash the boxing world truly wants over any other, Ortiz's absence has severely hurt his leverage against a red-hot rival. Because Boots stayed active and elevated his status, Ortiz now faces an uphill battle at the negotiating table if he wants to skip the line and make this fight a reality.
It's business, and this is what happens when you step out of the limelight. You get slightly forgotten about, and the other guy takes advantage of your absence. And like you said, he has 2 sensational wins. Like you hear it all the time in business. What is it? Yesterday's price is not today's price, or vice versa, whatever it is. One guy has advanced financially and in popularity, and that's Boots Ennis. Vergil was red hot, and he's been red hot, and people love watching Vergil Ortiz fight. But that 9 months out of the ring, and if he waits until November, it's going to be a year out of the ring. That is not going to be red hot anymore. That's going to be, oh, Vergil's back? Great. That's why you have to hit it at the right moment, at the right time. So I agree. I don't think you should pay the red hot price right now. Boots demands the red hot price. Vergil demands the hot price, but the guy that is not as red hot as Boots right now. But if they would have done it right after that Erickson-Lubin knockout, Vergil probably would have got more.
Turning to the stylistic matchup, Terence Crawford believes Ennis will need to be far more disciplined against Ortiz than he has been in some of his previous fights. He warns that Ennis's willingness to trade shots and occasional defensive lapses could be heavily punished by a finisher like Ortiz. Although Ennis has been able to overcome those mistakes in the past, Crawford believes that approach will become increasingly risky against elite opposition.
Like he did the last time, Ortiz gonna finish him.
Wow.
So he gotta tighten up his defense.
10 steps behind you, right?
You gotta tighten up his defense. He gotta stop exchanging. I know he's faster than most. He's more explosive than most, but at the same time, he's shown in the past that he can get careless and that he's going out there just to fight, you know. And I don't think when you get higher and higher, that's going to be enough.
Roy Jones Jr. keeps his diagnosis simple when the conversation turns to Ennis's defensive slip-ups. He points straight to Ortiz as the litmus test, a fighter dangerous and relentless enough that any lapse in concentration gets punished immediately. Against that kind of pedigree, Jones argues, staying switched on for all 12 rounds won't be optional, it'll be survival.
He knows exactly what he did wrong. He said it himself, so he can fix that now. That's an easy fix. Don't go to sleep. That's the easy fix. I tell you what, put Vergil Ortiz in front of him and watch he don't go to sleep. Watch he don't go to sleep against Vergil Ortiz. Because if he goes to sleep against Vergil Ortiz, Vergil gonna show enough come at him. I guarantee you, put somebody like that in front of him, and I bet he don't go to sleep. And I put what they want to put on it. I guarantee he won't go to sleep. Now he might not win, but he won't be because he went to sleep. He won't go to sleep against Vergil Ortiz. Sure what I tell you, because that's a higher pedigree. That's a guy with a better background, with a better pass, with a better track record, with a guy that he knows if you go to sleep, he gonna. So he's not going to go to sleep on him. I promise you he ain't.
As the debate continues, the focus moves beyond raw talent and toward the styles each man would bring into the ring. Abaspero believes that while Jaron Boots Ennis has the athleticism and versatility to trouble anyone, Vergil Ortiz Jr.'s greatest strength lies in his disciplined pressure and ability to gradually wear opponents down. In Barrow's view, those qualities make Ortiz a uniquely difficult challenge and could prove decisive if the two undefeated stars eventually meet.
He's a big puncher, he's also very technical, and he can put a pressure also and break somebody down as well if he needs to. And yeah, and I haven't seen that from Jaron Ennis.
Well, I know we gotta wait until January 31st. But we'll actually let me ask you, do you think your approach to beating Ennis would be similar to how Ortiz could get it done too? Do you think there's some similarities between your two styles?
Maybe. To be honest, I haven't paid much attention.
While he acknowledges Jaron Boots Ennis's athleticism and versatility, Barrow believes Ortiz's disciplined pressure, technical approach, and ability to systematically break opponents down would give him the edge in a potential showdown.
I would say Ortiz. He's one of the fighters with a lot of experience, proved a lot, and which is also very skillful and strong.
Chris Algieri agrees that Boots remains one of boxing's biggest talents, but he also sees room for improvement. He believes Boots still carries defensive flaws that future opponents can exploit. Those weaknesses become far more dangerous against elite contenders, capable of making every mistake count.
A lot of people ask me, like, well, how do you see, Ennis with those guys? I'm like, listen, if he gets hit the way he did in round 3 as he did with Xander, those guys are completely different punchers. So that could be a different kind of result. But you also got to think a guy who's as good as he is and as dynamic as he is, will he fight the same way if he has more danger coming his way? Which we saw that at 147. 147, he might get hit. The guys couldn't hurt him. So now he's at 54. Guys are punching much differently. And then he's even talked about going up to 68 eventually. That's where he sees himself ultimately capping out. So yeah, the defense has got to step up. Best fighters in the world don't get hit cleanly and more than once at a time. So if he's going to make those adjustments with those guys, I think that's something they're gonna attack during camp. Being able to do it on Fight Night Under the Lights is another thing, but at the end of the day, like I said, it's going to be exciting.
Which one of those 3 guys, like you said, Josh Kelly, Fundora, obviously the guys with the belts, Vergil almost maybe doesn't need the belt and is still kind of one of the more popular names up there.
Ultimately, Algieri believes the debate cannot be settled through opinions alone. He insists that styles, not opinions, decide fights inside the ropes. Every elite contender must earn their reputation against each other, instead of relying on hypothetical comparisons. And until Boots Ennis and Vergil Ortiz finally share the ring, boxing's biggest unanswered question will continue fueling debate across the sport.
They have their holes, which again makes the division very exciting. But I want to see them all fight each other because it's one of those things where boxing math doesn't work. It's like, because he can beat this guy. It doesn't work like that. I want to see them all fight each other, and the real proving ground is in the ring.
Bernie the Boxer admits the challenger faces a terrifying obstacle, trying to break through the champion's massive reach and lethal uppercuts. While he leans slightly toward Jaron, he confesses that the unpredictable clashing styles make it almost impossible to crown a definitive winner.
I wouldn't rush to that.
In that fight too?
I'm a favor him, but like I'm saying, Fundora, man, that range. That range, he got to get past that range, and he has good timing, and he throws the uppercuts, and and he's standing up, so these are great fights. That's a great fight, that's a great fight. I don't know how he does in that fight. I think he does well. I can't say who will win, like I say, I'm not Nostradamus. I was just thinking that I'm not. I know people love predictions because it's like fun, people just want to hear what other people got to say. But like I'm saying, I couldn't tell you who would win that fight.
The analyst emphasizes that this specific stylistic puzzle is exactly what makes the matchup a dream fight for the sport. He expects a fascinating chess match under the lights, where both elite talents will be forced to dig deep to survive each other.
I was just thinking that I'm not. I know people love predictions because it's like fun. People just want to hear what other people got to say. But like I'm saying, I couldn't tell you who would win that fight. I just know there are great fights to be had and made, and styles make fights, and I think they both tremendous talents, and I would love to see those guys go to work.
With his career at a crossroads and the blacklisted frustration still fresh, all eyes now turn to what's next for Vergil Ortiz Jr. Let us know in the comments who you think he should face next. If you enjoyed this breakdown, drop a like, subscribe for more boxing coverage, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss what's next.